Cyber Daily News for April the 27th, 2026. First up, CrowdStrike has disclosed a critical, unauthenticated path traversal vulnerability in its LogScale self-hosted product, tracked as CVE 2026-450. The flaw lives in a specific cluster API endpoint and lets a remote attacker read arbitrary files from the server file system with no authentication required. Next-gen SIAM customers are not affected, and LogScale SaaS users were protected on April 7th through network layer mitigations. Self-hosted customers, however, must urgently upgrade to a patched version. Next, a privacy-shattering bug in Firefox. CVE 2026-450 is a medium-severity flaw in the IndexedDB component that allows websites to derive a unique, deterministic process lifetime identifier, even in private browsing and even in the Tor browser. The identifier survives Tor's new identity feature, undermining unlinkability protections users depend on. Mozilla patched it in Firefox 150 and Tor browser 15.0.10. Update now. Linux administrators, listen up. Security Week reports on Pack 2, the root, an easily exploitable race condition in PackageKit that lets unprivileged users escalate to root when installing packages. The bar to exploit is low, the impact is full root access, and the surface area is huge. Patch your Linux fleet immediately. In critical infrastructure news, US utility giant Itron has disclosed a security breach. Itron detected unauthorized access to part of its internal IT environment on April 13th, activated its incident response plan, and notified law enforcement. The company says no unauthorized activity was observed in the customer-hosted portion of its systems, an important distinction given Itron's role providing smart meters and grid management technologies to utilities. No ransomware group has claimed responsibility. Now for a fascinating piece of cyber history. Sentinel-1 researchers have uncovered FAST16, a sabotage malware sample dating to 2005, years before Stuxnet. Written with an embedded Lua engine, FAST16 targeted high-precision calculation software, altered results, and spread itself across systems via network shares. The sample appeared in the Shadow Broker's leak of NSA tools, and evidence suggests it may have been developed by the United States, marking some of the earliest known offensive cyber operations tied to tensions with Iran. Sticking with nation-state activity, Italy is moving to extradite Chinese national Xu Zewei to the United States over hacking charges. Xu was arrested at Milan's Malpensa airport in July 2025 on a US warrant. Prosecutors allege he targeted universities and researchers working on COVID-19 vaccines, treatments, and testing between 2020 and 2021, and tie him to the China Nexus group known as Hafnium, also tracked as Silk Typhoon. Across the e-commerce world, eBay was hit with widespread disruptions starting late Sunday and rolling into Monday. Users reported failed transactions, slow page loads, and broken API access. Down Detector logged more than 1,300 outage reports by 10:30 Eastern that night. Unverified reports point to the hacktivist group 313 team claiming responsibility for a denial-of-service attack, though eBay has not confirmed the cause. Finally, the US has launched a sweeping crackdown on Southeast Asian cyberscam operations, with officials describing the effort as part of a new theater of war. The action includes sanctions against a Cambodian senator and targets the industrial-scale fraud compounds that have laundered billions of dollars from victims around the globe. That wraps up today's Cyber Daily News. Make sure to hit subscribe so you stay up to date with the latest in cybersecurity. Catch us on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform. Stay sharp, stay patched, and we'll see you next time.